All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is 6:40 a.m. on a Wednesday. I'm pretty much skipping work today. I hurt my foot. I've got really bad tendonitis in my right heel. Like right at the bottom of the heel. It's pretty bad. But a perfect opportunity to finish this page because I just have one panel left. And there ain't much to it. Let's see. So let's start with Rusty Nib. And I think we've got enough of an establishing shot. We've got with 2 on this page, so you can feel free to go a little bit off the reservation when it comes to having to draw the backgrounds on things. I'm taking a look at what I've got. I want to make sure that the head kind of goes in this protective shell. You see these bumps I'm putting in here. I want to. It's a bit cartoony, but I'm trying to show that he's getting bopped by this parasol. And we're going to leave the sound effect for last. Bop. Let's see. So let's get right onto the figure, I guess. If we're going to leave that sound effect off for the moment. I haven't called into work yet, but I don't have to call in until 10. So I've got some time. Now, I'm taking a bit of liberty by moving his face all around. Should I have made his eyes much higher up? I think so. Let's erase it. Let's try this again. Instead of taking that, let's take the pencils. I don't really need it to draw it, but I'm just like looking at it and I want to see what it could conceivably look like. Something like that. Something to look out for when you have a design like this is you have to sort of figure out what every angle is going to look like and how to draw it. And you might end up surprised. I'm still going to move it even a bit higher. So in this case, I want to show him frowning, but we're also we're on a down shot. So the contour lines have to be going up. So how do we make it look like he's not smiling? Well, hopefully I solved it. Even cartoon characters have three-dimensionality and volume. And if you if you build that in, it makes the character more believable. The readers are more able to suspend disbelief. And my favorite version of this And I've brought up Disney before, but Cloyd Gottfredson, wow. I just finished the submarine pirate story that he did. It's got to be like, it's awesome. There's a Captain Nemo-like figure with a submarine who's going around attacking ships, and he's shanghaiing people into his army. And he's got a secret base, and he captures Mickey at some point. And I think Minnie gets on a ship to go try and find him. And then Mickey finds out that Minnie's ship is kind of like the next one to be attacked. And Volter even says, I mean, this is pretty hardcore. He goes, the men we're going to capture and put in our army, but the women and children, we're going to let them drown. We're going to blow up the ship and let them drown. It's like, this is kind of hardcore for Disney, man. That's the way things used to be. You could be a little hardcore just in a story. Well, anyways, it definitely ramped up the tension, and I'm trying to remember the name of the other character. There's a character that looks a little bit. He's a mechanic, and he's a dog like Goofy, but it's not Goofy. And Goofy wasn't even called Goofy in this era. He was called Dippy Dog. Right. All right. We've created some dimensionality. That's what we wanted to do. I almost want to put like one of his paws, like, "Ooh, get away." Like that. Something like that. Got it. By George, I think he's got it. Definitely letting myself be a little bit more cartoony has been working out in my favor as far as getting closer to my ideal drawing style. Not that I was that realistic before, but I was very constrained by, you know, the Marvel Age style. Because that's most of the comics that I owned were Silver Age Marvel. Bronze Age Marvel. Bronze Age Marvel is really what I owned. But I have quite a collection of Silver Age Marvel. All right, let's do this action line. If I like those. All right, let's try it. Let's go for it. We're going to go for it. Let's take a look first. We've got chop and rip, and now bop. We're going to use small things inside there. just for fun, I started this one Skillshare class, and it's this. Where is she from? She's Serbian, I think. Um, Graphic designer, and she's teaching basically how to draw these Matchbox covers, which must be some kind of European thing, because I barely remember Matchbox covers being a thing in the U.S. even throughout the 70s and 80s. But really, it's a class about typography. Like, she's going over all the history of fonts, serif, sans serif. Um, it's actually a very fascinating class. Anyways, you can find that on. Oh, I got to get back to the ink layer, unless I do my interior shots here. All right, let's take a look at where it's going to go wrong. There, possibly. We don't know for sure. Let's give it a shot. That worked. That worked. That worked. Surprising. That worked. That worked. Not bad. Underneath. We're going to go down and to the left. Get some three-dimensionality into it. And let's go back to the ink layer. First of all, there we go. Redraw this line just to get the analog back. There we go. And then also, let's bring back some more cartoon language. There we go. Finally, speech bubbles. And I don't think I think I am going to have to do focus lines again. So let's do the speech bubble. Get it out of the way. Throw in some white. Okay. And let's see if we can do it. Layer 16, canvas, perspective. I want to put it right here. I don't have to do the whole thing. I think we're just going to do a bit. Okay. This is the classic comics look. We could do some drop shadows around his feet too. That's looking pretty good. And now I just got to get rid of all the excess. So one of the reasons we keep putting things on different layers is because it's much easier to get rid of the excess. So for example, I'm able to erase these lines without fear of losing my panel border. And I think we might be done. We can go through and add a bit here and add a bit there. Definitely some things to clean up. But in general, I think we might have done this last panel. Now we get to the scary part, which is drawing the next blank page. When you have a blank page to draw, there's always that kind of gut check, like, do I have it in me to draw this next page? What if I don't have any ideas? Oh no. But I always do. I'm always able to figure it out, for the most part. And if worse comes to worse, you just change the scene. Or figure out what it would take to bring it to a smooth close. Alright, let's bring the pencils back out. Oh, can't leave his oil slick out. You have to put those lines in. What did I do there? How about here? My monster's looking a little bit Dr. Zeus right now. His little claw is not reading very well. Like that claw reads pretty well, but the other one doesn't. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the tones layer. It's right here. 10%. Here we go. It's always good when your own comic gives you a chuckle. All right, here we go. How about some of this shadow in the background? We can even... This is an experiment, cross-hatching in the corners to do a creative vignette effect. Does that work? You know what? It kind of worked. Let's throw a little bit more. Feel like it, we can take it back out. It might take us a couple of days to think about. But in the meantime, we're going to get on with page 13. This was page 13. And this is page 12. Yeah, page 12 is looking done to me. Let's take a look. One of the things I have to check for is going around the edges of the panels and just seeing if there's any lines that strayed outside of the panel borders. Like, there's a way you can kind of guarantee, you know, by using masks and, you know, the alpha lock and stuff, and keep stuff from going outside, like this little line right here. I think we can get rid of that. But I never used that because it feels less like it was drawn by a real... Like, I want it to feel like it was just drawn on paper, because it kind of is. I mean, it's not real paper, obviously, but it's... And we are using layers. But we're not using a lot of trickery or digital trickery. The layers are more organizational than functional. Although, not 100%, as you saw when I did the erasing here. But, you know, lines could go past. My response is always to people say, that's inefficient. I always say, well, I only get about... I'm averaging 150 pages a year. If it's inefficient, it's doing okay for me. All right. Yeah, looking good, looking good, looking good. Oh, speaking of 150 pages a year, Ira Marks is doing a new comics class on Skillshare that's launching on August 14th, I think. I'm going to be one of the first people on that class. And he goes, since I did my last class, I've drawn 600 pages of comics. So, you know, I quite like Ira Marks. I think he's a good teacher, and he's got definitely a very cartoony style, but I mean, that's what I have too. I was looking at all the stuff. I took classes from him before, and you know, I wasn't very good. I'm lying, not that I'm great now, but I mean, I was really not very good back then. And I got a lot out of it. I mean, everything's a learning experience. Some people don't want to learn, obviously. No. But if you do, it's a good deal. All right, anyways, this looks like it turned out to be a pretty good page. Please like, follow, and subscribe. And there will be more comics every day. I'm skipping work today. I guess that'll give me a chance to work on page 13, at least the pencils. And I will see you later.